Hey guys, we have a full moon in Libra coming in on Wednesday night, April 5th at 9:34 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not just that, the full moon will be forming an opposition with both Jupiter and Chiron, as well as forming a quincunx with Uranus. Aries season is always full of bold and courageous confrontation. We have a lot of changing relationships and reasserting boundaries going on right now. So you're going to notice that there's going to be some obvious obstacles coming up during this time. And I'm going to go ahead and break down each sign and which house is going to be taking place in. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Hey there, Aquarius. This full moon in Libra is going to be illuminating your ninth house of higher knowledge, travel abroad, and adventures. Aquarius, it's possible that you might see that there is some type of relationship that is shifting or changing that revolves around the acquisition of higher education for yourself. Aquarius, you need to avoid becoming very defensive during this time. There could be some type of obstacle or confrontation that occurs that points out your need to acquire more wisdom before you can move on. Be open-minded, just take what you hear and try to integrate it into what relationships need to change at this time. Aquarius, also during this lunation, we have the full moon forming an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron. And this is going to be taking place in your third house of communication, siblings, neighbors. You could be finding yourself involved in an interaction with a sibling, or you return home to your hometown and for some reason something nostalgically kicks up some unhealed wounds that you might need to work through. What unwanted attention is coming to this specific sector and encouraging you to evolve with a changing relationship? Aquarius, your co-ruling planet Uranus is going to be in a quincunx with the full moon in your fourth house. So there is going to be shocking shifts or unexpected changes happening in your home life, ancestral lineage, places where you feel a sense of security. So be ready for it and stay on your toes. Hey there, Gemini. This full moon in Libra will be illuminating your fifth house of creativity, self-expression, romance, and the family life. Gemini, you want to look around at your family life and consider what relationships are changing for you at this time. Gemini, it's possible that in your family life right now, you are working to reassert boundaries surrounding how you want to create joyfulness and blissfulness for yourself in terms of pleasure. This lunation also features an opposition from the full moon over to Jupiter and Chiron, and this is going to be sitting in your 11th house, Gemini. You could find some unwanted attention coming to social circles, your best friends. You might be needing to heal up wounds as to how you need to heal that particular sector of your life at this time. Gemini, where are your social circles and even your social media platforms inspiring you to change old relationships? For instance, there's a big wave of individuals leaving Facebook and Instagram because of the TikTok ban, and where are you being inspired to close out old accounts and create new social media platforms that help support the path that you're headed down? Gemini, during this lunation, you also have the quincunx between Uranus and the full moon going on in your 12th house of hidden things, addictions, codependent behaviors. Gemini, there could be a specific addiction of yours that you need to get rid of once and for all, and there's some type of shocking news or unexpected event that's going to pop up in a place that contributes to your ability to hide from the world, and so there might need to be some alterations to how you're living your life. Hey there, Libra. This full moon in your sign is your mid-year rebirth. It is essentially another burst of energy to get you through the next 6 months until it is your time in the fall time when we start focusing more on collaborative projects and unions and partnership. Libra, you're going to find that this full moon is taking place in your first house of passions, physicality, and personality. You're going to want to question what relationships around you right now are affecting your personality and the self-image that you put out into the ether. Libra, you bunch are known for not necessarily just being people pleasers, but the desire to want to be liked. And this is a time where you may need to question, where do you need to reassert boundaries or put down some type of protection to prevent your personality from merging too much with the people that you're working with. Not just that, Libra, but there is an opposition from the full moon over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 7th house, which is going to be bringing up some unhealed wounds in past partnerships or places where relationships are again needing to be evolved. So pay attention to any unwanted attention that's kind of popping up in these areas. These might be a particular relationship that require another level of diplomacy and charisma from you. Also taking place during this lunation, Libra, is a quincunx to Uranus in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, death and rebirth. You could find that there is going to be an unexpected stir or a shakeup when it comes to how you receive income from others. So there could be some surprise influx, or maybe something is just changing in some way. Happy birthday, Aries. This full moon in your sister sign of Libra is going to be illuminating your 7th house of important collaborations, unions, and diplomacy. Aries, what relationships of yours are looking for a cleansing purge? Aries, during this lunation, you are solely working on boldly and courageously establishing your boundaries in changing and altering relationships. Some of these relationships might be ending for good, others might be just transforming in some sort of way. So this is the time where you really want to put down your foot and tell them what you are willing to support. Also during this lunation, Aries, there is going to be an opposition from the full moon over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 1st house. This is going to bring some unwanted attention, perhaps to your personality, or maybe some insecurities to how you perceive your physicality. You could find some undesired or unwanted features about yourself that you want to work on. The full moon also features a quincunx over to Uranus in your 2nd house. So Aries, there is the potential that there will be a shakeup in terms of how you create personal resources for yourself or your values in general. How can you use this stir of energy to create and attract better value for yourself, Aries? Hey there, Capricorn. This full moon in Libra will be illuminating your 10th house of career, reputation, and public image. Capricorn, look all around you and look at the relationships and the dynamics that are changing to better support your career at this time. Capricorn, this is the time where you really want to reassert your boundaries about what it is and where you want to take your reputation and career life. Be bold, be courageous, get it out there, and wait for the alignment to take place. Capricorn, this lunation also features an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 4th house. The 4th house centers around our home life, our sense of security, our ancestral lineage. It's important to remember that anything going on at this time might cause some type of unwanted attention here to family issues where you might need to be involved in healing emotionally or helping your family to heal emotionally. There's also going to be a quincunx over to Uranus in your 5th house during this time, and there is going to be some unexpected news or a shakeup or a stir of energy surrounding 5th house topics, which are romance, self-expression, creativity. There may be some type of turbulence that is trying to reinvigorate your creative, expressive side. What potential or former romantic relationships are trying to cause a stir for you right now? Don't forget there is Mercury retrograde coming up too, so there could be some returning lovers that are coming in for closure. Just take the time to identify what these relationships are trying to alter or change. Hey there, Leo. The full moon in Libra will be illuminating your third house of communication, siblings, neighbors, dexterity. There is going to be some type of a changing relationship with perhaps a sibling of yours, or perhaps you and the neighbor got off to a rough start originally and now are learning to work better together, more cohesively. Either way, Leo, you are working to create changes and reassert your boundaries in the way that you communicate with others. Leo, during this lunation, there is going to be an opposition formed from the full moon over to Jupiter and Chiron sitting in your ninth house. This is going to bring unwanted attention to things like the need to educate yourself more, or religious philosophy or politics. You might find some unwanted attention coming up regarding how you may need to alter an old relationship with perhaps the religion that you grew up with. Perhaps you grew up in a cult or with heavily indoctrinated thought being forced into your head by priests, parents, teachers. What relationships need to change and what core wounds of yours need to heal surrounding these topics. There's also a quincunx from the full moon over to Uranus in your 10th house. Be ready for some type of unexpected shift or some news coming to you regarding your career or your reputation. This could be both good or bad. Either way, something transformative or shocking is going to make its way pertaining to your 10th house of career. Where are you being called to change or alter a relationship that pertains to your career, Leo? Hey there, Scorpio. This full moon in Libra is going to be illuminating your 12th house of hidden things, escapism, codependent behaviors and responses. You're going to want to use this time to look around you and consider what relationships of yours need to end for good. Scorpio, you could find that during this time you are calling in a very special type of sobriety into certain relationships. And this doesn't just necessarily mean sobriety from substances. This could also be emotional sobriety, where you need to detach yourself from somebody that is draining you significantly. Scorpio, you are also going to find that this full moon is forming an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 6th house of daily routines, coworkers. There could be some need to, or some type of unwanted attention coming to highlight how you function in your day-to-day, or maybe a relationship that you have with a coworker. There could be some need to change it or heal something to make it function more effectively. Scorpio, you're also going to find that there is a quincunx between the full moon over to Uranus in your 7th house. So there's going to be a stir of shocking news or unexpected waves of energy coming through your 7th house. So important partnerships, collaborations, and unions. Just expect that some type of news is going to cause a stir that begins a transformation in your relationship. Either Cancer, this full moon in Libra will be illuminating your 4th house of home life, ancestral lineage, your ability to create a sense of security for yourself. Cancer, it's important to keep yourself aware of anybody or anything that is trying to lure you into defensive responses or triggering you into emotional chaos. Somebody could just be very upset that their role in a specific relationship is altering right now. It's important that you are firm with reasserting your boundaries right now. Be careful how you do this, Cancer. You are going to see the full moon forming in opposition with Jupiter and Chiron over in your 10th house, and there could be some unwanted attention brought up in your career and reputation sector. Be careful when you're responding. You may want to consider how you want to be perceived by others if you were to respond in such a way. Cancer, there's also going to be a quincunx over to Uranus in your 11th house of best friends, important communities of support, technology. There could be a chaotic stir or unexpected news in this particular sector that is also going to aid and assist with the changing roles and relationships that you've currently got going on around you. Hey there, Pisces. This full moon in Libra is going to be illuminating your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and transformation. Pisceans, you're going to find that there are changing relationships in places like financial investments or emotional intimacy coming through. This lunation also features an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 2nd house and your ability to create personal resources for yourself. So Pisces, there could be some unwanted attention being brought to your ability to produce income for yourself or how you value yourself as an individual. And in turn, this is altering a relationship where you receive income from others passively. This full moon will also have a quincunx over to Uranus in your 3rd house. So there could be a chaotic stir or some unexpected news coming up from your siblings, your neighbors, or even your local community of sorts. Look to maybe your local newspaper and see what is going on in terms of current news. Taurus, this full moon in Libra is going to be illuminating your 6th house of daily routines, coworkers, and holistic health. Taurus, you need to consider the places that are involving changing relationships and where you need to reassert your boundaries when it comes to what you expect of your day-to-day routine. This lunation also features an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron, Taurus, and this is going to be illuminating your 12th house of addictions and hidden things. You might find some unwanted attention being brought up about maybe eating habits that are costing you a lot of money or things that need to change in order to function more effectively. Taurus, there's also going to be a quincunx from the full moon over to Uranus in your 1st house. So there could be some unexpected shakeups or you curious to explore new ways of expressing yourself through your personality or your physicality. There might be some desire to change your own self-image and how you want to be put out there into the collective. Hey there, Virgo. This full moon in Libra will be illuminating your 2nd house of personal resources, physical world assets, and dependability. Virgo, you're going to want to ask yourself, where are you being encouraged to reassert better boundaries in terms of how you acquiesce to resources for yourself? Do you need to be asking for a raise or finding some new job that better supports your ability to attract in better quality? Look for the opportunities that are popping up that will allow you to redefine what it is that you value and seek for yourself in this physical world. This lunation also features an opposition over to Jupiter and Chiron in your 8th house of shared resources. Virgo, you could find that during this time that there is some unwanted attention being brought up by a financial investor or the other recipient of the co-passive income. You may need to be healing core wounds about what your relationship is and what your intent is with this type of income. This lunation will also have a quincunx over to Uranus in your 9th house, so you might have an unexpected chance to travel abroad or to expand your ability to enhance your wisdom. It's going to show up as an unexpected opportunity or a chaotic stir. Take the chance and pursue it. And finally, Sagittarius, this full moon in Libra is going to be illuminating your 11th house of best friends, social circles, technology, and business commerce. Sagittarius, what old social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are you ready to part ways with? Or what former potential friendships are you ready to ixnay? An opposition to Jupiter and Chiron in your 5th house of romance might be causing some unwanted attention to relationships needing to watch for unexpected news pertaining to health.